Welcome to WO50, Women Over 50 Embody Wisdom and Wellness.
Oh, you sure do, my BFF.
So do
Hello,
you.
everybody. My name is Corrine. I'm here with Eddi. And today, our topic on our podcast is the next best thing, our endless pursuit for the ultimate solutions.
Yes, and we figured it out as we talked our way through it and all the way around 360 and back again. Oh my God.
Yeah, how we search for like the ultimate diet, the ultimate, partner, wealth, vacation, the ultimate water bottle we talked about, because I actually do have the ultimate water bottle. But anyways, how that can cause our unhappiness as well. And so, yeah, this is a fun topic, and I think important for our social media marketing type world that we live in, consumerism. It's okay. Consumerism can be fun with a balance.
Yeah.
Right?
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hola.
How's my BF? Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Très bien. Again. How's my BFF today?
I'm great. Great. Very great. We had an awesome retreat with Alea all this last weekend at the Ivy House.
Hmm.
And and we got another 4-day silent retreat coming up in October at Wellbeing with Alea, and then maybe a 2.5-day one in Asheville, North Carolina in November.
Nice.
Very excited.
Nice.
Very
That's
excited.
great.
So you had
Yes.
something exciting happen on the way home for lunch the other day?
Oh, it wasn't a retreat for sure. I was on my way home, and yes, I normally stay in my office for lunch, but on the way home, yes, I looked over and there's somebody who had collapsed on the sidewalk, and of course, my medical action and what I need to do kind of the alarms went off, and of course I look over and you take in the situation, and I pulled in and I jumped out of the car and came over because it looked like the guys around the guy that's on the ground were panicked. And I said, I'm medical. What can I help you with? And they were like, he's gone, like he's out. And so he actually came down out of a tree, almost collapsed. And as he was getting into the vehicle, this big truck, he fell back, knocked himself out, but also went into a type of diabetic coma. So I had the young guys running around trying to get, I said, somebody has sugar, doing the triage to go, okay, there's no pulse, there's no rhythm. I gave him a little
pulse.
No, there's no pulse, there's no
Jeez.
response. He's cold and clammy, and
shit.
they had just spoken to him. So I knew, we had some time. So I worked on him and got him
So you gave him
back. We had
CPR?
called 911. Yep, got the ambulance arrived 30 minutes later
Jeez, you had to
because
keep
it
him alive
was
for
so
30 minutes.
busy. It was so
Wow.
busy. Well, 25 minutes later, because they were very busy, as you'll know by the end of this story. So I get him around and get him up and kind of oriented, had him drinking some fluid, got a little bit of complex carbs in him, a little bit of sugar, and got him talking and got a pulse back. He was still pretty clammy, but I had no gear, no blood pressure cuff or anything to check him out, but his eyes were aware and he was communicating and remembering things. So I knew, he probably had a mild concussion, but yeah, it was pretty scary for a while. And he hadn't eaten all day, and this is already now 1:30. So, and he'd been up in the tree trimming in the neighborhood. And it was the only day, a hot day, which is like 24 Celsius we had in weeks and weeks, and it's back like to 9 now. And anyway, the ambulance arrived and took him on. And while I'm doing all this, my arm watch is going off, right? My Apple Watch is beeping, and I couldn't get to that, but it's ringing, which is weird. So then, same time, my mom's being transported to the hospital with a heart attack. So I'm like, okay. So I have no time to think, and your brain, you're whirling and everything. And then So I deal with all that and I get home and then, Strat comes back from this amazing kayak trip with his buddy who's going away for some cancer treatments and comes back in and I'm still whirling and he walks in, "Oh, strange, you're home for lunch." I'm going, "Yeah, how was your day?" And he's like, "Oh, best day ever. The wind, the warm wind, and the ocean. And wow, we were on the kayaks." And I just let him go. And then we, I took 3 deep breaths and I said, "Well, here's what's happened in my day so far." So,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, it was something. It was busy. So while you were retreating, I was completing.
Yeah, this is how it goes sometimes, you know? And then
Yeah.
and then what did you do for yourself like after all of that? So you probably had to go to the hospital and check on your mom.
Oh yeah, I had to go there and then in the same day had to help my daughter. I had to get the kids from school by at 3 o'clock. So,
Mhm.
it was yeah, a bit of a crazy day. And
Yeah.
I came in and I sat and I just put my legs up the wall, that yoga
Mm.
pose, and I
Mhm.
just took some deep breaths and just tried to get, you just got to get your brain cells back in order because when we react to situations like that, like there's really no time to think. You're just
Yeah.
acting on
Instinct.
whatever's in front of you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which is really nice for our topic today, isn't it?
Is it? Does it go along? I don't think actually it goes along with our topic, really.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but that was a good try.
Okay, I attempted. I'm
No, yeah,
looking.
I
Yeah.
actually wanted to do more of our general topic in general, which is self-care all the time. So I wanted because I
Yeah.
think listeners would be interested to know how did you recover from that kind of a day, you know? So you
Yeah.
put your legs up, you took some deep breaths, you meditated, right?
I did. I did a short meditation. I was able to, talk it out with my partner a little bit and then you just go into the mode of yeah, doing and just caring for yourself in the midst of it all because it was a lot in that one day. It
Yeah,
was a lot.
yeah,
And yeah, and my mom's older and um yeah, it was a lot. And then there's a lot. You're dealing with more family members and talking to more people and that's not your norm. So we kind of get out of our routine of what the day is. But
mm-hmm.
and then that night, I just again did some yoga, came up and did some stretches and just did a little bit of reading and then yeah, relaxed.
Yeah,
Tried to relax and spoke to people on the phone for a bit, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
What to
make a cup
do?
of
No, you
tea.
just, yeah, exactly. What to do but make a cup of tea and yeah.
Yeah, and just
Mm-hmm.
be there. And if anything's needed, you're there. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just keep an eye. And yeah, the next day I popped over to see her and she's still in emerge, just waiting on a room. But she's home now and she's
Yeah.
good. And yeah, new meds. Yeah. So
Mm,
yeah, so she's doing
Mutter.
good.
We call her
Yes.
Mutter.
Mutter,
Yeah.
mutter, mutter,
She's so
mutter.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah. She has lots of people that love and care about her. All her children, they
And
all,
all her friends. She always got
she's got
lots of friends dropping by and relatives and
relatives, big extended families,
yeah,
nieces, nephews, good friends. Yeah. Yeah.
grandchildren.
She's
Yeah.
got a good memory and she tells lots of stories and she listens to lots of stories and she
Yeah.
shares lots of stories.
Yeah.
She loves a little bit of juicy gossip, I think. What
Oh
I
yeah.
realize.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. That's so
Yeah.
sweet. Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Good. So there is no like fancy segue into our topic, but I just wanted to hear that because it was quite an adventurous day that you had last week
It
and
was, yeah.
weekend that you had. Yeah. Yeah. And I think
Yes.
it's very blessed that you were there and you felt drawn to go home, for lunch, which you are 3 blocks or 4 blocks from work.
Yeah.
And you usually bring your lunch with you and you were just drawn to go home. So you were there to save that guy's life, obviously.
Right at that moment, it was
Yeah.
wild. I cut the corner and there they were.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's just an intuitive thing, right? It's
Yeah.
intuitive and the skills come pouring in. So
Yep.
that's
Yep.
what happens.
They're there when you need them, just like we were with Alea all last weekend. And Alea always goes, "You'll know what you need to know when you need to know it. You'll do what you
Mm.
need to do when you need to do it, and you'll say what you need to say when you need to say it. And because a lot of people are like, oh, I have to plan this out. I've got this going on and I have to plan. And yeah, plans can be really great. But a lot of times, if we need information for our past, we don't need to think about it nearly as much as we think we do. Your skills
Yeah.
are on board and there when you need them,
So
especially
why
that
are
because
we
there's no
always
time to think. Yeah. Why are
so
we
why are
always
we always seeking
the
the
next
ultimate
best
answer?
thing and the
The
ultimate
next.
answer? There we go. So, the title of the talk today is The Next Best Thing, Our Endless Pursuit for the Ultimate Solutions.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of different ways to look at this. I mean, we certainly are a consuming society and marketing society. For me, I'm right there. I mean, there was at one point when Scotty, the singer for Elliot Root, he used to joke with me all the time because he said every time I come to Ivy House, you've got like the next best something, like you've got the best
You
water
do.
filter, the alkaline water filter system, and then I had this like ionized bottled water that this guy sold to me one time that I bought several cases from and what else there were over the years has been that with that collagen drink that we had for a while, and
The best starter kit for kombucha
yeah, yeah.
or sourdough bread.
I mean, everything. We're always looking for solutions. And really, the root of it comes from like, we're looking for like the ultimate, relationship, the ultimate partner, the ultimate retirement home, the ultimate car that we want to drive, the ultimate vacation, like the best vacation, and the truth, I think it causes a lot of suffering to
Hmm.
be looking for. Like, I know my younger friends, like I like to think that hopefully as we get older, we grow out of that, but
Yeah.
not necessarily. I know I have grown out of it. But I see my younger friends now, like they're all constantly trying these new diets, like this new way of eating to help the inflammation and help
Yes.
the next best diet fad thing that is gonna, and that's why I resisted when you told me to go keto, why I resisted keto, because I was like, everybody's talking about how amazing this thing is. And
Hmm.
and there are sometimes things that are fads that are great. And so to do the research on it to find out what is good for you at the time. But the point that I want to make is that there is no ultimate solution for anything.
Hmm.
There
Yeah.
really is just life and meeting life where it is.
I
And
think I think the search is in we're looking for answers, and often the answers, if we don't get an answer, there's a decision that has to be made, and a lot of times we're guided by whatever that decision is. And like we say a lot in our podcast, or and now you've had a whole weekend with Alea, is all the answers within the question, right? It's all within the inquiry. So but we're caught up in so many belief systems, right? That we have to find the next best thing, or until it falls away from us.
mhm.
Because what if, when you just said some of the times the suffering is there. Well, when you're searching for the answer, what if that's not the answer you wanted? You
Yeah, well,
know?
we're searching for solutions to feel better.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different ones. There's really health, wealth, and happiness, right? There's a different top. So when we're searching for solutions for happiness, it's like that might be like an intellectual thing to find like an answer for happiness, from a inner peace point of view, or it might be happiness that we think is on the outside, that we think as soon as we find something on the outside we'll be happy. And then there's the ultimate solution for like wealth. Is it investing? Is it buying property?
Mm.
Ultimate solution for a diet, be a lot. That's a big one, is the way of eating. Is like, what's the ultimate solution? I feel, and we're sold that, like, if you scroll these days on Instagram or Facebook, like I know a lot of people have come off those things because it's so much marketing.
Yeah,
There's so much marketing.
there is.
And they always say it's the next best thing. Like, I was looking at something this morning. It was a guy that was on Shark Tank in Australia, and he had these cork insoles that mold to your foot. And he was saying that that's like the best thing to get. And so we all
Yeah.
know it. We all follow these threads.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'm just as bad as any one of them. What I tend to do now, though, to help that is like then I go on YouTube and I watch reviews, and I really and usually things, there are other sides to it. Like I find there's a lot of claims made these days.
Hmm.
I mean, I bought, yeah, I'm just as bad as anybody. I bought, so I saw this ad to help the planet to buy bamboo paper products, toilet paper, paper
Yeah.
towel, and tissue. I told Eddie this story
Yes.
offline a few weeks ago. And I have bamboo sheets and they're so soft. And bamboo clothing is one of my favorites. I bought bamboo
Hmm.
overalls 25 years ago. It was the softest, tencel is such a soft fabric. So I thought, wow, they want to save the planet by using bamboo for all these paper, toilet paper and stuff. This is great. And they were saying how incredibly soft it was. And so I bought like the whole box of it, like not just one thing to try, because they sell you on like $75 for like 15
Yeah.
rolls of toilet paper, and I usually buy my stuff at Costco, so that's what I need, and your nose tissue and your bum tissue. Right?
Yeah. Soft stuff.
So I open it up, it gets to me and I'm all excited. It says you're saving the planet and saving trees all over the box and everything. And by the way, this is called cloud paper. If you're listening to this, do not buy it unless you want to save the planet and you don't care about wiping your bottom with something that feels like bamboo.
Yeah.
Not processed.
Or birch bark
Birch,
off a tree.
exactly. That's it. And so I first of all I open the tissue, the Kleenex tissue, and I open it up and I pull it out of the thing and it goes it like sandpaper, and that's what it felt
Right.
like. It was like sandpaper. And then the paper towel was really thin and it wouldn't like wipe up anything.
Wow. It's so
So disappointed.
disappointing.
I was like,
Yeah.
they market this, and yes, I want to save the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. But look at all the wisdom you got with that in that search, right? Look at all the wisdom where you went, huh, I guess I don't need that. So that now, we go to the next thing and we go, nah, I don't believe that. I don't think there's truth in that. Like we start getting wiser and wiser and
Discerning.
wiser.
Yeah,
Yes, our
discerning.
discernment is beautiful. So it kind of like it lays out the road for us, right? That it's like a path that's just illuminated your toilet paper highway. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not buying bamboo toilet paper.
No, no, cloud
Nope,
paper is not my thing. Uh-uh.
nope, nope. But sometimes seeking, another solution somewhere, it kind of reveals the truth somewhere else. So stick to what you already know.
Yeah. Yep. But I'm all for, yeah, there's just a lot of marketing things and they kind of say
Yep.
whatever. But I do have a curious personality, and I do like to I really like efficiency. And I do want to help the planet. I buy, organic stuff. I buy natural products for cleaning and things like that. So I am looking for products sometime to help. I don't mind paying a little bit more for something if it's good quality.
Well, I love when you say you're curious because that's the thing. We have to stay curious and curiosity. You know what they say about curiosity?
It killed the
It's this,
cat.
yeah, but it's the spark that flames. What is it? The spark that flames the understanding. Ignites, yeah, it ignites the flame of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Curiosity is the spark that lights the flame of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. I
Yeah,
like that
that's
saying.
nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
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 So, we just keep searching. We do, but we sit with inquiry, with always why do we have to have the answer right away?
Well, it's
Why?
not even just the answer. It's like the ultimate. Like we're always like looking, and I think that that's what causes a lot of pain and suffering is looking for like the ultimate vacation. And I think I'd like to hear from our listeners. I think I see it in younger people more because they're
Mhm.
inundated with social media. Like you can have this. I mean, it is in
Yeah.
marketing everywhere. Like if you get this, you'll feel this way, and then so it's
Yeah.
like this programming of what that we will feel if we buy this, this water, it'll be the most hydrating, or This bathing suit, you will look the best, or these sunglasses, it'll protect your eyes the best.
Mhm.
And I
And
think,
I bet you a lot of our women over 50 who have, you know, maybe younger children or teenagers or they have grandchildren, there's a lot, like you just said, they're buying the next best thing. And I cannot tell you how many of these young kids from 10 to 15 years old are wanting the biggest thing on TikTok, the Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss, or the drunken elephant face cream, right? I mean, I bet if we said anyone who haven't, have had experience with that, we would be inundated by emails.
yeah.
Because even in my little office of women, when I say that to them, we have to be careful of, this road that our kids are going down because they're
Yeah.
sold, this bill of goods. And, we didn't have the internet to be to get that social media influence or that pressure, right? It's a lot of pressure on
Mhm.
on kids and adults to go, oh, I gotta have that because that'll prevent a wrinkle. You're 10, you don't have wrinkles.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they're just so afraid of that wrinkle. And I'm like, what is wrong with a wrinkle? Because we have these beliefs set in place, that here's the answer, the anti-aging solution, or someone's working on the next best cream, right? They got the answer. Really?
But it has happened always. It's just happening more now because even as you said that, I could picture, a Western or even the Wizard of Oz, he was selling, that the guy that was in the on the in the he was selling some kind of magic serum. Was it the Wizard of Oz? Or anyways, there's some movies where the guys are out of the back of their
The snake oil.
caravan, the snake oil salesman that's like, this is going to cure everything. So I think it is part of our culture that we think something will cure something, that a new diet is going to fix us completely. And the
Mhm.
thing is that there are no ultimate solutions for anything.
No.
There are good solutions for things that whatever ails us or for, but it's constantly changing. We are
Mhm.
constantly changing. And anything that I like to think that, that's why I love meditation so much because, when you meditate, you don't need anybody else to meditate. You don't need even a yoga mat. You just sit and you just meditate. You just you and yourself, you, me, myself, and
Mhm.
I.
Yeah.
And that can helps you tune in to know, to have the intuition to, be drawn to the right book, to be drawn to the right way of eating for that day or whatever it is.
Yeah. 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 And it's interesting, even with the week I've had, it's the meditation it's not an escape because I know you've always said that. I remember I said to you years ago, oh, Corinne, I meditated an hour and a half today and I really needed it because I had blah, 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 blah. And you're like, Eddi, it's not a place you go to escape, to shut the world off. Right. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Gee, okay. I didn't do very well again. My God, Bahamas, now this. So, yeah. So when I sat to meditate, what I did was it's almost like just allowing my cells to kind of find themselves again, like just to settle into, okay, this is where I'm supposed to go. And I have nothing to do with it. They're going to go wherever they're situated. Our trillions of cells. So just think about it. If we had to seek the answers, okay, where do you go now? I need you to put you over here. We'd wear ourselves out. That's kind of what we
Mm-hmm.
do with stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get this for this for this, the Jack LaLanne, the mixer and the smoother and the juicer and then we go into meditation and we just go, okay, I just need to it's not the dust settling, but it's just your being to just get back into present moment to go, okay, I don't need this. This is again something I'm spinning or I need this is what I'm and what you feel in that moment, when I get into that meditation mode and I'm sitting in that peace in that moment, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to share the experience, right? Like you know, I'm not calling up people. You wouldn't believe what I just did. Oh my God. Like this is even funny because within that whole day, I after I meditated, and Strat goes, we're supposed to fill in for a couple for pickleball at 4 o'clock. Okay. So in midst of getting the kids, dropping them home, I grabbed my pickleball rackets, right? And we went over and we played. And it wasn't at our break. We were playing about 45 minutes at this point when Strat said, You should hear about Eddie's day. Because everybody's like, So how's your day? And I'm like, Oh, good. And Strat goes, Tell me about your day. And then, it was really sweet because they're like, Oh my God, you were in the right place, the right time. That was so cool. But I wasn't going to share that moment. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
wasn't, we kind of
Yeah.
sit with those experiences and we just go, okay, that's done and gone. I'm back in present moment now doing this experience.
Yeah.
And that meditation kind of allows a regrouping. It allows a reprieve. It allows, you know, it's it's like brushing your teeth clean.
Hmm.
It's there's so many ways I've described it over the years that
Hmm.
yeah, it's become so
It's the
important.
it's always been the ultimate solution for me. If there is
Yeah,
any ultimate solution to me, that it has been my ultimate solution that fills
yeah,
my cup in all the ways.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's another little piece to help you make sense of the world around you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 I remember years ago, I don't know if you ever got caught up with any of this kind of thing, but I did. Did you ever get caught in any of those chain letters with money
Oh
or anything
gosh.
like that?
Yeah. I never invested in one because it never
Yeah.
felt right because it's
Yeah.
get rich
Yeah.
quick schemes. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I fell for at least one.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and my dad, when I told him about it years later, or a year later, or whatever, he's like, yeah, and then he told me that saying, if something is too good to be true, it seems too good to be true, it usually is. And I've passed that wisdom on many, 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 many times. And
Yeah.
I think that's true with any of these ultimate solutions. It's like yeah, there is no ultimate solution.
No.
It's just There's just
Yep.
solutions. There are solutions,
Yep.
but
Yep. Our curiosity, I wrote this down. Our innate curiosity stems from our desire for knowledge, understanding, and truth. That's when we're seeking these ultimate answers for things, it's the curiosity. And if we can hold that thought that that's what we're seeking is knowledge, clarity, truth, understanding, where do we fit in? But maybe we won't get the exact answer. But if we're okay with not knowing, how's that?
being okay with not knowing,
Yeah. That's a
that's a
whole other
big one. Once you
podcast.
once you become comfortable, there's something to be good. I think we may have said it last week when you can actually say, I don't really know about that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing actually.
It
Because
is
that
because
is
I remember.
spacious.
Yeah, I remember calling you Miss Resource and me always having the medical answer. You're like, oh, I'll ask Eddie. She'll know. And then I'll ask Corrine. And now we're like, I don't know about that. I don't know. That sounds too good to be true. Let me check that
Exactly.
out.
And yet
Yeah.
we still pursue, like, I think that's part of the human nature is we do have endless pursuits of
Yeah.
excellence and you know but ultimately I think it's like, yeah, there is no ultimate. It's like it's just all about the journey and embracing
Yeah.
the journey and learning as we go and being happy with this, both the small discoveries and the big discoveries, and finding the
Yep.
magic in that. That was a little bit of our weekend this past weekend, was really just finding the joy in simple things. So there was one of the girls that shared, and she's a young girl, she's in her late 20s, and she had shared she just did this huge trip with her partner to like Thailand and Peru, and just like a 3 week tour, I think
Nice.
Japan, like they were all over the place. And she said, I didn't hear the details yet, but she shared it on the retreat that she, that one, I think one or both of them got really sick at some point and
Mm.
flights got changed. And she said, it was all fine. She said there was a me before that would like want to get out and do everything and be upset that we got sick and be upset that but she said, I found myself being just perfectly fine with reading a book and not going out and seeing everything and being okay that we were sick and just being, so it's
Yeah.
really an acceptance of where you are at, wherever that is. And if there's disappointment that things get changed, even just welcome that, because I think it's the fighting of what's happening and even the emotions about what's happening. Well, I shouldn't be feeling this way. I should feel grateful, that
Yeah.
I'm even here. And I'm like, well, okay, that's great. But what about what you're feeling before that? You know?
Mhm. Yeah. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yes, Alea stuff,
Yeah.
which we're interviewing Alea next week.
We are. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's such a gem. She's like
Yeah.
you. Just lots of really beautiful, wise, and practical things, like just staying curious, like just even being okay with just not having answers. And then when you're sitting with her and she has you dig deeper, when you have that conversation, if something's bothering you, there's no judgment. It's always, well, just take a deep dive, go in, dive, put your scuba diving gear on. And no, she doesn't say that. That's an Eddie
That's an
thing.
Eddyism. Yeah.
Yeah. But she would say, like you just do some inquiry around it. And I think it's the same in our lives, especially after 50. We want answers to certain things, but you know what? It's better if we don't sometimes seek that answer. Go after it,
Well,
with
being
certain things.
okay with having an answer, but it's not the ultimate solution or ultimate answer. It's maybe the answer for now, or it but will quench your curiosity and your thirst for the moment, because there's always going to be something else. That's human nature.
Yep.
There's just always something else. And
Yep.
so the
And it's
more we,
fun. It's
yeah,
fun to actually, go,
yeah.
ooh, I wonder what that does. Ooh, that's like the water bottle you gave me, the next best water bottle ever. My dear, how many people have commented on that since I've been, it goes everywhere with me. Oh, it just turns on and clear. They're like, I need that. I was like, oh,
That
it's
was
the
a
next
Shark
best
Tank
one.
thing too. That was a Shark Tank, this self-cleaning water bottle through ultraviolet light. What's the name of the brand?
Um, oh,
Oh, it's on the
it
tip of
begins
my
at
tongue.
L, larv or
Yeah, Lark, Lark, Lark water bottle
yes,
that's
that's it.
self-cleaning.
That's it.
They're quite expensive, but
Yeah.
they're worth it. And
Yeah.
yeah, they're very good, especially when you travel a lot and you can't wash your bottle a lot and it self-cleans.
Yes. Or you're hiking and you're always filling it. And yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that could be the ultimate water bottle. Who knows?
Who knows? There might be something else, there might be another one, but I'm sure we'll find it.
Oh my gosh. So that's kind of funny. We kind of talked ourselves in a circle around that one.
We just had, found resolution in it that it's okay. It's
It's okay
okay.
to find cool things, but just to know that there's not an ultimate solution to anything. And it's not gonna okay, here it is. Here it is. Here's the Eckhart Tolleism. It's not gonna make you feel it's not gonna give you anything that you don't already have. So whether it's the next best book on spirituality or inner peace or climbing Mount Everest in the quick, easy way, or whatever it is, or a diet, whatever it is it's not going to give you anything that you don't already have. So anytime you think anything, a goal, a relationship, amount of money is going to give you more peace, more security, more happiness, it's not true. Because the peace and the like, or the all the things, it all kind of comes and goes. The only thing that doesn't come and go is that innate joy that we have within us. Everything else comes and goes. And it's
Yeah.
the Leela, the play of life.
That's perfect. I would have just said that exact same thing if you hadn't said it. It may not have been in those words. I could have said it in French. I don't know. Loved it.
Oh,
Good
good.
one.
Well, I love you. It was fun. Thank you.
Love you too. Thanks. Thanks for listening.
Yes, thank you all for listening. We love you guys.
We're figuring ourselves out every day.
We are. We hope
We're
you
the
are
next
too.
best thing.